everyone! I'm trying this again because the original recording apparently didn't record volume. Yay.
It could work.
Yay! It wouldn't really work because some people have asked this before, but this is a separate microphone to the one on that, and I sync them up because the microphone on that is not the same as this one. Well, it's not nowhere near as good as this one, so usually people can pick out the difference. Yeah. So if that one doesn't work, then I can't sync them up properly. It's a pain. It's a pain. So, I'm here today talking to you about the Little's Lock-in, because I have literally just been there 2 days ago, and it is, I would say, one of the best events in the UK, if not the best one. I might be biased. So, where to begin? Basically, we travelled up to Edinburgh to go to the Lock-in, which we usually do for any of the events, because yeah, we like to show support, and the fact that everyone that's there is really lovely and it's always a really good time. So, for those who don't know what the Little's Lock-in is, it's basically a 6-hour event held in Edinburgh. It's quite similar to the LBL type idea, except it's held in a 2-floor building with all different rooms. So there's a craft room, there's games rooms, there's a room with a ball pool, there's a main room that just basically has couches and TVs and what shows snacks and juice, and it basically just shows cartoons and films and stuff like that, so it's a place for you to kind of relax and stuff. But it's also the biggest room, so it's where all the big games happen, around 3ish usually in a day. So, yes. So,
the soft toy room.
Yeah, the soft toy room.
And there's a toys room.
There's a changing room as well, which I will say I will give to them. The changing room is actually one of the rooms where you can lock the door, which I know loads of people's biggest complaint about LBL was the fact that you couldn't lock the door unless you went to the bathroom to get changed. So they actually have a separate room where people can go in.
They also have lockers as well, which is...
Yeah, they have lockers.
Get your own game.
And it's quite an intimate venue, but what I will say was I was really, really, really happy to see that more and more people have been going, because it was looking a bit worrisome for a while, because really Sugar and David put everything that they have into this event. It is an amazing event, and you can tell that they genuinely care about it. So obviously the numbers need to be there to continue the event, so they had enough numbers today, that day, so they've said about they're going to be doing 4 events next year. So one in
March, June, September and December.
Yeah, because I forgot what dates already. I will post the actual dates down below so that you can see, but check out on FetLife, they will have the event pages up and they'll have the group and stuff like that so that you can actually talk and stuff. But it was just lots of fun going. So they did their usual big games. So there was obviously Pass the Parcel and Corners, which is the one where they play the music in the centre of the room, and then when the music stops, you run to a corner, and whatever corner's called out is out.
Yes.
Usually they ask for volunteer stuffies so that they can do all 4 corners, and usually I volunteer Walla, and Walla is the first corner I always run to, and then they instantly call out Walla because they know I will run to him instantly, which technically I think means the game is a little bit rigged. Darn it. But this time I didn't do it. I wasn't feeling the best, so I stayed out of this game. And then we did pin the carrot on the snowman for his nose, which I did terribly, but it's because whenever they do a pin the tail or pin anything on anything, the pin has to be all the way up here.
You pinned it on his crotch.
And I'm all the way down here.
You pinned it on his crotch.
He was a happy snowman. Yeah! So.
I was so proud.
It was, yeah. It was really nice to see that there were so many new faces this time as well, because we've seen quite a few. There was quite a few new faces. There were some old faces that had returned and some that I had never seen before, but it was really nice to see because a few people came up to talk to me. So some said...
Some came from Leicester.
I don't know where Leicester is.
Leicester is 100 miles below us.
Ooh! Well done you! That's a fair trip!
Yeah. 6.5 hour journey home, he said.
Yeah.
and he was driving that night.
Ooh.
But he loved it and said he was going to come back. So
Good on you. See, it was really nice actually seeing all the new faces, and there was a few that had either they'd seen a video or one of my posts about the lock-in, so I decided to come. So a few people had told me that they'd heard about it through me, and one who had spoken to me on FET because he was really nervous about it, so I talked him into coming and saying, just give it a try, just don't be shy, because obviously everyone there is there for the same reason as you are. They're not going to get in otherwise, and they're not going to know about it unless they're into the same thing as you are, so there really is no threat or danger there. It's like a shared secret everyone has there, which actually allows people to relax a little, because
if it was a threat, it would be immediately removed, to be honest.
the thing is, it wouldn't get through the doors.
No, it wouldn't get through the doors.
No, it wouldn't get through the doors. So it really is a case of just take a breath, it'll be okay. And I know for quite a few people there, it was their first event, and really it is an amazing event. It's a completely different setup from a munch, because you are getting to play with people. And you might be going, oh no, I don't really know lots of people, but honestly, if you talk to anyone, generally you'll make friends, and you'll be invited into games and stuff like that. So
I mean, anyone who walks in the craft room when we were in there, it's like, hi, do you want to join us?
yeah.
That's what the stuff is called.
Except unless you're me, in which case I was too busy doing because they always have a craft competition, which I never win, because clearly it's rigged. So this theme was a Christmassy picture. So I did one of Santa eating a gingerbread man in front of a nice festive tree, which apparently wasn't quite in the Christmas
It
spirit.
was nightmare fuel.
I mean, the gingerbread man might have been screaming a little, and Santa might have had red icing all over his beard, but I mean, I thought that's what people did at Christmas. They leave out gingerbread men for Santa, right? Or we did Santa coming down the chimney, but obviously the chimney was on fire, because who has a cold chimney at Christmas time? Because that's a cold time of year. So Santa was a little stuck.
I'm burning alive.
He wasn't burning alive, he looked quite happy, I would say.
Again, she made me really proud.
I always make him
so
proud.
the snowman got his nose was somewhere it shouldn't have been, and 2 pictures which were described as they nearly didn't make it into the competition. There was a debate.
Technically, I spoke to David and Sugar, and they both said it was kind of in the Christmas spirit, but it's kind of like I didn't quite get Christmas yet. But I had asked everyone what was Christmassy, and they said, well, Santa eating gingerbread men or cookies, and Christmas trees, and Santa coming down the chimney, and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, I can do this. Yeah. But also, while I'm here, because I know one of the biggest things I've found about people being nervous about going to events is because obviously people aren't aware of the people that run it. So I can say as much as I want that Sugar and David are absolute sweethearts, but until you kind of experience it, you're never totally sure. So this is where this comes in really handy, because Sugar has now got her own YouTube channel, Just a Little Sugar, and I will put the link in the description below for that as well. So you can actually see the dynamic between her and her daddy and actually get to know her a little, and hopefully for anyone that's a bit nervous, that'll help you as well, because then at least if you're watching this channel and you watch that channel, you're going to see at least 2 friendly faces you know whenever you come, and that I am aware always makes a big difference for people. So I will put that in the description below. Go see her. She is an absolute sweetheart. She's really, really lovely, and she really does put her so much love and energy into these events when she runs them.
You can tell that when you walk through the door instantly. You know, it's not a conveyor belt. It's a family, and they're trying to grow.
Yeah.
And it is really worth going.
And I will say, like, this, basically at the end of it, this has been like a long-standing tradition that at the end of every lock-in, usually we go for dinner afterwards. And not everyone joins, sort of thing, but it's something that my group of friends have done since the start. And every time we've gone, we basically gained more and more people each time we go for dinner afterwards. Yeah, we had 10. was 10 of us this time, so you can see how many people that sort of thing. There probably would have been more, but we stuck around to help clean up afterwards because, you know.
It's a decent thing to do.
Yeah. It's also the fact that we also wanted David and Sugar to actually come with us for dinner, and obviously because it's the two of them running it, you know, it's nice to help out. So, yeah. I cannot suggest it enough. It really is.
Are great. Bus links, great.
The only issue I will say is it's on a Sunday, which makes it difficult for trains. Or buses. However, if you come from anywhere basically further than a few hours away, I really would suggest just make a weekend of it. Like, come down to Edinburgh the night before, stay over, then leave the next day, because you can have so much fun. There's so much stuff to do outside of it.
Is it September Fringe?
I think it's outside of Fringe. It's August's Fringe, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, I think it's August's Fringe. Yeah, August.
It's a shame. I was going to make a weekend on it.
We probably will make a weekend of it anyway.
Well,
We usually do. But like, it's a great chance to just go there, have some fun in Edinburgh, run around, and then go to an event that is, quite frankly, I would say the best in the UK that I've been to. Because honestly, as much as, like, obviously LBL no longer really exists in the way that it used to, it's now a convention. So this kind of thing is quite hard to find, and to have people that nice, and it avoids anything about clickiness, anything like that doesn't exist there. People just run around and they have fun. And I can't suggest it enough. So hopefully this was helpful to some of you who are actually looking at going to events in the UK, and yes, there's a few of them coming up, so yeah. Once again, all links will be in the description down below so you know where to get them from, well, to look, and I will talk to you all later. Bye everyone!